Hey guys, my name's Imani Strickland, and this is my presentation for LBST 2102. I decided to use language as my topic and how powerful it is and how we use it on an everyday basis. And without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. To begin, I want to say that we use it everywhere in our news, reports, magazines, movies, the internet, social media. We use it everywhere, and it can affect us more than you think. Firstly, I'd like to say how big it impacted the politics in this past midterm election, and how it got a lot more people to go out and go vote than our last election. Many celebrities use their platforms to speak on how this one is a super important thing to do and that it's our right to actually go out and go vote. In this picture below, Rihanna speaks on how it's important for Florida to go vote, but really, even though she's just talking about that one, she talked about many other ones, saying that everyone should go vote, and regardless on what it's for, you should vote and use your right. That was one way that people went about it, and there were other types of ads and commercials that kind of changed your view on normal commercials and advertisements to advertise such things like voting and things. This video down here is how pretty much young people around the ages of like 18 to 34, 35 don't really vote, and these older white people don't want them to vote truly so they can get the upper hand on elections and things, and so there will be no change. And for this advertisement, you could look at it both two ways. You could look at it as in, oh, I'm not going to vote, or you can actually go vote. And truly, it enraged me, and I was like, I have to go vote. After watching this video, I was like, it's something I need to do. And I believe that maybe had worked for many other people as well. Another big way language is used is actually in social media, and say things like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and it can be a place for a lot of things to happen. You can invoke beauty, you can throw people down. It's just something that can be positive yet harmful at the same time. And recently, and for a few years now, things like hate comments and such have been going on. Sometimes we use language to spread hate instead of actually bringing people up. And here in this picture is a picture of Jackie Aina, which is a makeup artist, and she pretty much gets comments on like a daily of saying things like, is that a man? And you know, she's used to this sort of thing, and it's not just a new thing to her. It's not a new concept. And so she handles it differently. But others may not handle it as well. Say people more like us that don't have that much exposure on platforms as big as Twitter and Instagram and such. Some of those comments can really affect someone else differently than how it affects her. And it just shows when it comes to things like body image. A lot of people lately have been making remarks on how skinny is better, or maybe being a little bit thicker is better. Either way, it creates this divide of people, and it doesn't really help bring anyone. People are very sensitive about their weight or how they see themselves and how other people see them. And for the picture right here on the magazine of Shape to show how, you know, all these ways of losing weight and not really being truly healthy. It's mainly just like becoming this embodiment of pretty much being skinny and having less weight is better, is what they perceive it. And that's not the case for everyone. Everyone's different, and we shouldn't really be stuck on pictures and videos and things of making it seem like we're less than. Another way language affects us is in music, and a lot of music today has been getting better in actually perceiving or showing a message to people, opposed to just simply being a song that may be catchy. J. Cole is a rapper that actually uses his platform to actually combat these issues of things like drugs and violence and things. So in this picture below is a snippet of one of his songs off his latest album, and it's called Brackets, and meaning as in tax brackets. And he discusses how he wishes that he could put his money where he wants to put it, and not really saying that taxes are a bad thing. He agrees with taxes, but he thinks that pretty much he should have a say in where exactly they go, for say like underprivileged schools and really poor neighborhoods and such, instead of giving more money to the places that don't need it as dearly. Lastly, to cover it up, I say that music and television and their impact on language is also super powerful. A lot of movies and TV are seen by pretty much everyone. It's been around the world, and it's been around for a decent bit of time now. Speak on movies and television being a big thing for children and younger kids that pretty much are like haven't started school yet, and so it's their first impression or interactions of the outside world, whatever they see on the television. And for a lot of adult content, it's not so-called suitable for children, and so you'd want them to watch more age-appropriate things. And when you see that there hasn't been restrictions on like young children, it may affect the outcome of how they actually view and interact with other people in their life when they grow older. For say, like, you wouldn't want a child to watch like Adult Swim at say like 4 years old. And so I continue on, like, even though there are like negatives to content on movies and media, there's also positives. I include a quote from Forrest Gump, which is one of my favorite movies. But the quote simply says, "I don't know if we have a destiny or if we're all just floating around accidental like on a breeze, but I think maybe it's both. Maybe both are happening at the same time." And truly, this question, well, not this question, but this quote it makes me curious. It makes me think, like, is there some truth to this? And if so, how deep is it? It invokes thought, and that's why I think language is so impacting to someone, regardless of age, regardless to anything. We all take language in different ways, and sometimes it affects us differently, but it's so powerful in that way that no one's experience will be the same in what we watch, or what we do, or what we say. Thank you for watching this presentation.